It is now my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Erika Riggs. Erika Riggs is a 2011 graduate of Wayne Law, where she participated in the Disability Law Clinic. And when Professor Moss died, she was one of the first to step up and ask how could she help. So help is what defines Erika. While a student, she co-founded the 313 Project, which was a nonprofit that provided scholarships and pro bono legal advice for at-risk youth. She's a founding partner of the Disability Law Group, where she specializes in assisting the disabled before the Social Security Administration and the Veterans Administration. Her commitment to serve has brought many accolades, including 7 consecutive years as a rising star, as rated by Super Lawyers, and the State Bar of Michigan Champions of Justice in 2024. Please join me in welcoming Erika Riggs.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to stand before you today on such an important milestone in your journey as law students and as future attorneys. The oath that you're about to take isn't merely a formality. It's your commitment to serve, to advocate, and to use your skills to make a meaningful impact in your community. I want to start by reflecting on someone very important whom Jane mentioned in her speech, who left a lasting impact and impression on me and so many others. Professor David Moss had a legacy of mentorship, compassion, and relentless dedication to justice. He taught us that being a lawyer isn't about knowing all of the answers. It's about showing up, asking the right questions, and learning along the way. These lessons have guided me throughout my career, especially in moments of self-doubt, and I hope that each of you will carry a piece of this with you throughout your journey. During my time at Wayne Law, I had the privilege of working in the Asylum and Immigration Law Clinic. To this day, I consider it one of the most transformative experiences in my entire life. Not just because of the skills I gained, but because of the lives I helped and the bonds that I formed. One case in particular that stands out is a family from Rwanda. They had endured unimaginable trauma, the kind of pain and loss that will bring you to tears just hearing about it. They risked their lives to flee their home country, the mom, the dad, the daughter, and the son, leaving behind everything that they knew in search of safety, freedom, and a chance to rebuild their lives. When they came to the clinic, they were scared, they were vulnerable, and understandably untrusting. But they also knew that they needed help, and when they came to the clinic, they knew this was their shot, probably their only chance at getting the help they so desperately needed. My clinic partner was Ruby Robinson. Some of you may know him. He's the managing attorney at MERC, Michigan Immigrant Rights Center. We worked tirelessly to earn their trust by showing them that we were in this together and that we believed in them. It was so much more than a lesson in asylum or immigration. It was a real life lesson on culture and compassion and on listening, like really listening, and on building relationships. It made us stronger advocates, attorneys to be, and people, even if we didn't know it at the time. I'll never forget the day of their asylum conference. It was a cold winter day, and Ruby and I took the train to Chicago, and I was a bit excited because I had never been to Chicago before, nor on a train. But I must have been pretty exhausted, working, trying to find the best strategies for the clients, knowing what was at stake, going through the regulations over and over again and the exhibits, that I fell asleep. But thankfully, Ruby, being the incredible partner that he was, he woke me up just in time so we did not miss the reason we were there in the first place. And I'm forever grateful to him for that. Eventually, we built a case that secured asylum for our clients. And I still remember the moment we told them that they could remain in the United States. The relief, the gratitude, it's something that was palpable, something that I'll never forget. And to this day, I actually continue to keep in touch with that family. The son who was about this big is now this big. This is what clinical work is all about. No matter the case, whether it's disability or immigration, a small business matter, environmental issue, or something entirely different, it's all an opportunity. An opportunity to leave the world a better place than you found it, to make your client's life better, and to help someone who may otherwise have gone without that help. I am also eternally grateful to Rachel Setledge for always offering up a listening ear, just as often as she led me just close enough to be able to find the answers that I needed to find on my own. Another one of the most memorable experiences that I had in law school was co-founding the 313 Project. What started out as bake sales and fundraisers for scholarships and free legal aid fairs turned into a full-fledged nonprofit organization thanks to the Wayne Law Small Business Clinic. We had every intention of passing along what was the coming together of 3 different cultural student groups here to the next group of law students, and it turned into lifelong friendships. Friends that I travel with and see multiple times a year, even to this day, including most recently last week in San Francisco, where we cheered on our beloved Lions to a sweet, sweet victory. But what we did not know back then was the significance of the impact that the clinic professors and the students would have on each of us, helping us incorporate that 501c3 nonprofit during some of the most chaotic, intense days of our lives, studying for the bar exam. Something that we could not have done at that time without them. The belief in us sparked the beginning of our careers in public service and entrepreneurship, and I'm forever grateful for that. So if you take nothing else from this, please know that to start working on your goals and your dreams, whether professional or personal, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. Clinical work will also teach you the value of pro bono service. It's not just something that we should do as lawyers. We get to do it. Pro bono work is about giving back, about using your knowledge and your skill set to help those who might otherwise be left without hope, and oftentimes are. Years ago, my law firm, Disability Law Group, began hosting our annual free legal aid and resource fair. That first year, we had maybe a handful of attendees, and yes, probably most of them were my family. That's not the point. Fast forward to our most recent legal fair, we had over 250 attendees and volunteers, including attorneys that I met right here at Wayne Law. And it was that decision to start and keep going that has made this so successful and such a huge impact on our community. I had so many attorneys tell me how grateful that they were to be involved, and some admitted that they almost said no because they knew they had mounds of work to return to and a flood of emails to reply to. But afterward, they shared how rewarding it was to help, even if it was just for a few hours, and how it reminded them of their why they went to law school in the first place, something that they wish they had never lost sight of. And that's my advice to you. Don't lose sight of your fire, your inspiration, what brought you here today. Giving back, even in seemingly small ways, is always worth it. As you take your oath today, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on why you chose law school and why you chose the clinic that you chose. You're here because you want to be here, right? And now you get to be here. How amazing is that? This experience, your time in the clinic, will undoubtedly make you a better lawyer, a stronger advocate, and it's one that you'll never forget. So enjoy the journey. It's going to teach you powerful life lessons if you're open to it. Congratulations.